Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 2.2 classwork part 2 today for Algebra 1 Math. And on your classwork sheet you got 26 points, students. Have that out ready to go. And part 2 of solving one-step equations. Students, put your name, date, period here on your phone, your tablet, your PC, your Chromebook, your iPad, your iPhone, your Chromebook. Let's go into page 1 of today's classwork, multiplication and division equations. Multiplication and division are inverse operations. So the multiplication property of equality can be used to solve equations involving division, and the division property of equality can be used to solve equations involving multiplication. So they are inverse of each other. Multiplication. So, key concept here, multiplication property of equality. Multiplying each side of an equation by the same non-zero number produces an equivalent equation. So, if x over a equals b and a is not 0, then a times x over a equals a times b, or x equals ab. So there's a fancy way of saying all that by using inverse operations for this situation here. So let's get into more of this. Division property now of equality. Dividing each side of an equation by the same non-zero number produces an equivalent equation. So if ax equals b and a does not equal 0, then ax divided by a equals b over a, or x equals, because these cancel, x equals b over a. So you have the same kind of dynamic going on when you use an inverse operation. So solve an equation using division. Solve negative 6x equals 48. So negative 6x equals 48. You divide through by negative 6 on both sides. And when you do that, the negative 6's cancel. You have x equals negative 8. 48 divided by 6 is negative 8. So that would be how that works. Solve this equation up here, students, and are guided. Your independent practice is down here. Let's do our guided now. So 4x equals 48. We have multiplication here, so let's use division, right? We'll divide through by 4 so we can isolate our x. The 4's cancel. 48 divided by 4 would be 12, so x equals 12. So that's how that works. And then our check. We're going to plug back in. 4 times 12 is equal 48. It does equal 48. So so it works, students. Look at that. Let's try another one now. Solve an equation using multiplication. So we have x over 4 equals 5. So the inverse of division by 4 will be to multiply by each side by 4. 4 times x over 4 will equal 4 times 5. The 4's will cancel. You end up with x equals 20. And let's try one now. Solve the equation, check your solution. We have 9 and 10 up here. We have t over negative 3 equals 9. And then we have 6 equals c over 7. So that's our guided. And then here's your independent down here. So let's go into our guided here. T over negative 3 equals 9. And then 6 equals c over 7. So both these, we have division here, divide by negative 3, divided by 7. So we need to multiply by negative 3 over here. So negative 3 times t over negative 3 will equal negative 3 times 9. There's the multiplication here. And then over here, multiply both sides by 7. Your 7's will cancel out there, and your negative 3 will cancel out. And you'll end up with t equals negative 27. And then over here, 42 equals c. So that's where we get that. Now we need to check. So our check here, we're going to plug in negative 27 up here. And then over here, we're going to plug in our 42 up here for c. And then once we do that, we have negative 27 over negative 3 equals 9. Does that equal 9? It does equal 9, so it checks. And then the other one is 6. Does 6 equal 42 over 7? And it does. 6 equals 7, so it checks out. And that is your lesson for today. Animated PowerPoint math video at AOL.com for questions or course materials. Thank you very much.